On this week's ADCs of Wrestling, everybody hated BackLash, and we're going to talk about why. Plus, we're in full swing for Money in the Bank as qualifiers go down on Raw and SmackDown. We'll fantasy book the rest of the field and talk about an awkward interview with Bobby Lashley. But first, a pause for the cause. The following is a public service announcement from AJ Styles for Kinshasa awareness. This is AJ Styles, a phenomenal one. I know you probably saw the match between me and Shinsuke on Sunday at BackLash. And yes, we did go out there and try to Rochambeau each other into submission. But I'm here to tell you all that that ain't right, and that's not phenomenal. Punches to the peen, or as they're more commonly referred to in the WWE universe right now, pinchasas, are a serious problem. Kids, believe your buddy AJ Styles when he tells you that being busted in the blue brand from tip to taint ain't cool. You don't want none. You know how we tell you don't try this at home? That goes double for this, okay? One for each ball. That's why I'm here to double down on what I said last week on the ADCs of Wrestling podcast. Love that show too, sweet me guys. I offered to have one testy surgically removed and presented to Shinsuke Nakamura as a peace offering. Now, obviously, he didn't hear the show. They were kind of late. ADC was sick. He had a cold. It was the same kind of thing I had. I don't know what was going on there. It was kind of weird. Friday show. What are you guys doing? Am I right? But for realsies, I'm on my last nerve. Trying to live a normal life after getting a smackdown on your crotch like it ain't a problem is just, well, it's problematic. Shinsuke, I'm begging you to have the phenomenal foresight to help save the house that Mama Styles built. If you're as big a man as me, Shinsuke, you'll help prevent any more malice to each other's palace and help spread the word to the youth of America that we need to be nice to each other's device. Stay woke. Hope your junk ain't broke. I'm AJ Styles, and I seriously need to sit down right now. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Get out of here, Shinsuke. Get out of here, Shinsuke. Bad Shinsuke. No speak English. Oh my God. Oh, that was a phenomenal one. Oh, man. Y'all feel sick to my stomach. Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. I'm going to puke. I'm going to throw up. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah. Are you ready for a show with questionable wrestling impressions by a guy I know? It's gotta, yeah. ADC. Ooh, yeah, dig it. ADC. Let me tell you something, ADC. He watches wrestling. This is awesome, Michael. Do you know your ADCs, the ADCs of wrestling? Yes, it's Kinshasa Awareness Month here at ADC Dub. Welcome to the ADCs of Wrestling. I'm your host, Andrew David Cox, the Weird Al of Wrestling, if you will, and I am joined once again by my great co-host, Matt the Markiest.
That's me.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Well, it's actually Matt the Mark, but on Twitter it's Matt the Markiest.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you screwed it up, but whatever.
I didn't screw it up. It's just a different take. That's all. It's just a different take.
It's wrong, but whatever.
It's not wrong. You're wrong.
I'll take it.
It's the children who are wrong.
Speaking, I just have one thing to say. I'm throwing this out there. I'm starting a campaign.
What?
I want my name in the damn song.
What?
I know I started out as a part-timer, but I'm here every damn week.
Yeah, you are. You're here every week. So when we started the show, we thought it was just going to be me doing the show kind of by myself. So I made myself a nice little ditty.
And it's good. I like it.
A cute little theme song. And I thought I would have a rotating chair across from me with my friends from Top Turnbuckle and stuff.
We should still have guests, sure.
No, now they've all gone on to hate me and
fair enough.
banish me from their social media feed and be like, you said we'd be on the show, you jerk face. And they all
still do it, but I just want to be here for it.
So, how am I supposed to add you to the intro? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Make one of the wrestlers say my name instead of, he makes
I don't want to read. You know what? I deleted the project, man. I can't. Sorry.
You're a liar.
Yep,
you are a liar.
All those raw files are gone. I didn't save anything.
Hey,
it is what it is forever.
ADCs of Wrestling listeners, I want you to tweet at Andrew David Cox. Get me in the intro. Get me in the intro.
This is like the worst yes movement in history.
This is the Mark movement. Hey.
It's the Matt movement.
No, I don't like that.
All right. That's fine. Hey, speaking of intros, my buddy Jay from Nerd Infinite, he did it again. At Jason McKinnon, what is it, 317? I forget what it is now.
I don't know. He's your friend.
Check. Yeah, I got to check. I'll post it in the deets on Instagram, but
it's good.
He made a little intro for our show, video intro. So
it's really good.
I guess this might be as good a time as any to talk about what we kind of had thought of doing this week and we're going to do moving forward.
I'm excited.
Because if you know one thing, you know the WWE stands for...
Walk With a
No,
what?
no.
Oh.
It stands for Watch with Everyone.
I like that.
We want to do some live streaming during pay-per-views or possibly on certain Raws. We were going to do it on Sunday for BackLash. The only thing is that we didn't quite have the time to iron out all the kinks. And as you might have read on Twitter, I sent out a tweet saying that quality comes first here at ADC Dub. So it's all about getting the kinks ironed out, making sure it's a product that matches the quality of our audio. But once we figure out how to do that, we want to do some streams along with you guys. Probably on my YouTube channel because I have like 4,000 subscribers there.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest audience.
We should be able to co-stream because I've got a Twitch channel as well. Not that it's huge or anything like that, but at least if we can get ourselves on two different platforms, it'd be kind of cool. Yeah, it would be kind of cool. Let's run down the show today. We're going to have our BackLash reaction, obviously. We're going to talk a little bit about Raw and SmackDown, where it was all about the money. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, we're going to have just two tweets. Also, we're going to talk to The Undertaker today. Oh.
And first time ever on the show, we're going to have Kevin Owens on the show.
Yes.
Yeah. KO, right?
Love me some KO.
Yeah, a little KO.
Super excited.
Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. Man, I finally saw Infinity War.
Yeah, about time. To be honest,
it is about time. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I don't really want to get into it. I just want to say I finally understand all the memes. Now I get it. Now I understand.
The Roman memes?
Yeah. Roman, Shane, everybody.
How'd you like it, though?
I thought it was great.
Yeah,
I thought it was great. I definitely have some theories about the ending, and I think we should discuss after the show.
Yeah. Outside of the podcast, but I know you weren't the only one that went and saw it a little bit later. Shout out to Chilluminati as well. We were chatting a little bit about it, and I spoiled everything for him before he saw it. So
why would you do that, Matt?
I'm a terrible person.
You are really a horrendous human being. You're a terrible example of the human race, of our entire planet, really.
Yeah, I'm horrible.
Yeah, you're really bad.
Anyways, move on.
Hey, did you see Chris Jericho return to New Japan?
Amazing return.
Yeah.
Especially since it happened like a week after the news broke that he was no longer going back to New Japan.
Chris Jericho likes to kayfabe us. If anybody understands kayfabe, it's us here at ADC's Wrestling.
What a way
we kayfabe everything.
It was awesome even the way they set it up where he was high-fiving people in the crowd and they were kind of grabbing him so that when Jericho finally got to him, it was actually awesome. Sure. So it made sense. I hated his makeup, though. The weird black lipstick just made him look weird, super weird.
I wanted to segue to that to talk about memes because all the shots of Chris Jericho, like me before the bar, me after the bar, just with the messy hair or just makeup. Yeah, he looked ridiculous.
But the whole thing was awesome. It's cool that he's doing that. Kind of sucks for us WWE folks who basically confirms that Jericho won't be back for quite a while.
We'll catch that match. We'll talk about it
for
when
sure,
it happens.
For sure.
We loved the Jericho Omega stuff. So
it was awesome. Yep.
It was great. And it looks like he's taking on Tetsuya Naito at the Dontaku show.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's funny seeing there was another
Dominion.
video.
Dontaku was the show he showed up
Yeah.
on. I don't really know all the shows. Full disclosure.
There's a lot. I don't know if you saw the backstage video after the attack as well. It was like non-PG Chris Jericho just swearing his face off, and so it was pretty good.
My favorite thing was the build up to Wrestle Kingdom when he did that press conference and he's just like ripped up people's notes. He's like, "Hey, fuckface."
Yeah. It's pretty funny.
That was good stuff. Hey, by the way, Ray was confirmed soon to be returning to New Japan, so that's kind of interesting.
Also sounds like he won't be back in WWE for a little while.
Probably not. Sideline with that biceps problem he had like a month ago.
Yeah, it seemed to derail the return to the big show here.
Yeah. Well, I just have to do that every time anybody says the big show.
Didn't even mean to do it.
Yeah. I'm a giant. Anyway. Random news point. Charlotte's having surgery.
Yeah, it was funny because when I read that, I was like, oh no, like what happened?
She popped a boob.
Yeah, turns out it wasn't as I don't know, I guess dangerous as I thought.
No, although medically speaking, I think that you're in some danger when there's like silicone or whatever, saline.
Sure. Back in the 70s it was, but now it's more, this is actually fairly common, happens all the time.
Just like a weird blotchy puddle in your boob.
It could actually, like, I think I read something where they can go up to a month without actually having the surgery before having to have it.
Well, that's good.
It's not quite the danger it used to be where it was causing deformities and stuff.
Well, it's also Boob Implant Safety Awareness Month here at ADCs of Wrestling. It's a lot of months.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
May's super woke. May's super woke.
Don't say woke. You're an
Stay
adult.
woke, bro.
You're an adult.
Hope your junk ain't broke.
Stop it. God.
God.
I hate you so much sometimes.
Speaking of the ladies, I found it really interesting to find out that Jessamine Duke and Marina Shafir are also are going to be training.
Yeah, it's kind of cool because it's, when you think of
Four horsewomen, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I was going with
Yeah.
it. So it's kind of awesome that they're in there. I mean, it means that we're definitely not going to see them for probably a year to two.
Well, that's good. Maybe
But it's
WrestleMania.
better that way. I mean, the nice thing is that they've got a lot of wrestling training. They just need to learn how to do it the right way for entertainment purposes.
Sure. Well, I mean, Shayna's great.
She's awesome.
And Ronda's doing really well. She still needs to work on the character side of things, but I mean,
I know we're not going to talk NXT at all, but I just was watching NXT last night, and Shayna is unbelievable. She came out, they've got this whole thing with Dakota Kai. I don't know if people are watching it or not, but they've got this thing where Dakota Kai is...
That's my jam.
She's terrified of Shayna. It's actually... That's
awesome.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And she wins a match.
Is it like when Miz was running away from Braun Strowman every week?
Yeah. So she's terrible, but it's more like fear-based, no, please don't ever touch me, don't get close to me.
Right.
And it's and at the Dakota Kai beats Vanessa Bourne, whatever, and at the end Shayna comes out and Dakota cowers in the corner. Instead of Shayna attacking her though, she looks over and she chokes out Vanessa, and as Dakota's cowering off and leaving, Shayna just stares at her the whole time while she's choking out another human. It was unbelievable.
That's kind of like when Samoa Joe backed down Paul Heyman, and he's like, "Take this message to your client," and he's like, "This is going to be very bad for you. You're going to be." He's just, I forget what he said.
So good. Anyway, I didn't mean to get NXT in there, but
that's fine. That's fine.
It stuck out to me.
I'm definitely going to binge it now that things have slowed down a little bit, because if anything is a notification of what it's going to be like, or an indication of what it's going to be like for the next little bit this week. We're going to be a little bored. Guys.
Yeah. You know what? Honestly, it's...
maybe we'll be able to whittle the show down to 45.
Maybe. Well, I'm giving that, even though it wasn't on the main card, I'm giving that my mark out moment of the week, because it was awesome.
Good for you, man. Make it happen.
This is a intro. I'm making this a thing.
Change the intro.
Yeah. Even though I forgot the mark out moment last week, whatever.
Now it's the MTMs of wrestling. See how good that sounds, Matt?
Sounds way better.
Lots of wordplay.
Way better.
It's a great pun. The MTMs of wrestling.
We can just...
You stupid idiot.
It's your show, but I mean, I'm not a part-timer. I'm just...
No, you know what, Matt? You're a fucking huge part of the show.
I am no Brock Lesnar. In many ways.
In some ways, you're my Paul Heyman, though.
All right, cool.
Because you're able to hype things up and talk about things that I just kind of forgot, because I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here for payday.
Fair enough. Nice. Nice. Good throwback to 2015 Super Bowl.
Well, my references are all very current.
Anyways.
You know what? Speaking of current references, why don't we talk to the Undertaker about his trip to Jeddah?
Let's do it.
From 2 weeks ago when it was super relevant, and last week I was just a little under the weather. So why don't we bring him in here? I know it's a little weird, but the fans have spoken and they want Mr. Undertaker.
They love him.
Let's see if he's here. Mr. Undertaker. Mr. Undertaker. Oh, there's the gong. There's the gong. Here he is. What do you want? Oh. Well, I would like you to be a little more cheery, but that's fine.
Super happy.
It's not going to happen. Okay, well, Mr. Taker, I'm glad you're back from Jeddah in one piece. I'm sorry we didn't get a chance to talk last week, but as I just said, I was a bit under the weather, and it was too much for me.
That's completely fine. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm on your show right now. Nobody cares about the Greatest Royal Rumble anymore. I didn't even care while I was there burying Rusev.
Well, you did kind of bury him, I guess. Hey, but he won his match last night.
Good for him. Hey, did you see that guy fall down?
Titus O'Neil? Yeah, no, I made a song about it.
I bet it's really great. Hey, Titus, rest in peace, you bish. Titus World Slide, am I right?
All right, everyone's been making that joke for 2 weeks. Just like, you didn't come up with the whole Rusev Day thing, that's fine.
Rusev Day has been laid to rest.
Inaccurate.
I want to say something about my trip to the Middle East. Are you there?
Yes. No, I'm waiting. Go ahead.
I'm a little upset I didn't see a single Jedi in Jeddah. It's supposed to be the birthplace of the Jedi.
Nope.
Okay.
That is incorrect.
First of all, I did not peg you for a Star Wars fan.
I love the Star Wars.
So, well, that's fine. Secondly, you are incredibly confused. Jedi are not real, and Jeddah is, in fact, the birthplace of the Prophet Muhammad, not the Jedi. I looked it up. It's a thing.
Yeah.
I knew that. That was just a test. Hey, are you going to see the new Han Solo flick?
Yeah, but probably, man. Probably.
Cool. Hey, I'm a big Childish Gambino fan, so I can't wait to hear the music in it.
He's not going to do the sound. It's going to be a Star Wars. Never mind. You were blowing my mind today. Are we going to talk about wrestling? Are you just going to show up on my show right now with pop culture references, when you're in between appearances? This is America, ADC. Oh, my God. I'm sorry I asked. Also, I live in Canada.
That's your fault.
You're the worst. When are you coming back to WWE?
Well, Zuckerbish has been ghosting me like Patrick Swayze, so I think I'm just going to hang out here with the creatures of the night until the next Star Wars comes out, and we'll just go from there.
I'm not really loving this side of you, Taker. I have no further questions, really. I mean,
good. Just leave me alone until I decide to come back and tear shit up again. Until then, Big Evil is just going to fade away like half of the event.
Hey, whoa.
Hey,
Spoilers. Spoilers,
Whoa.
dead man.
You're a spoiler. Peace out, you bish.
I had to close the connection. He's trying to spoil Infinity War, and that's not
Good
cool.
Lord.
Wow, I swear he's an overgrown teenager. Where did that come from?
I love the Patrick Swayze comment. Ghosting like Patrick Swayze.
Well,
That's good.
as we know, he's bridging many eras, right?
Yeah.
He's quoting Childish Gambino. He's a fan of Swayze, I guess.
Well, everyone loves the Swayze.
He's calling everybody a bish. I got to think, I mean, I got that from Kendrick Lamar, so he must like Kendrick. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know.
Loves the hip hop. That's, wow, that was kind of out of control.
Love having him on.
Yeah.
Love having him on. He's got to be busy the next little while, but God, I love having him on.
I kind of miss Taker, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was still fun.
I don't know how we keep having him on because he won't be as relevant, but God, he's hilarious.
Yeah, maybe he can give us pop culture updates or something.
Every once in a
whenever
while.
something happens, something big on SNL, like Donald Glover dropping a new song, he can come
Yeah.
on and talk. Because he's watching.
Oh, absolutely.
He's just hanging out with the creatures of the night,
Yeah.
popping popcorn with Papa Paul Bear. Papa Paul, popping popcorn with Papa Paul.
Oh, man. Should we talk about some wrestling coming up? Or
I guess we should.
all right,
Let's,
cool.
Before we talk about what's coming up, let's talk about what just happened. BackLash getting lots of, BackLash. It's not a good show.
Wow. That's what you came up with. That's
It was not a good show.
Yeah.
I wrote
It
down
wasn't.
all these talking points here, but I think it might be best to just kind of go through the overarching problem that we had with the card, and that is just that really
It wasn't good.
it wasn't good,
It was
but
terrible.
the problem that seems to be that these unimportant shows, WWE seems to, even on Mania, this kind of happened. They seem to be starting with the best stuff, and then instead of working
They're killing the crowd.
their way back up to something important, something of consequence, something that really shakes things up and means something, it's just kind of garbage and finishes that are just used to keep the storylines going and hold us over instead of really give us any kind of finality or any kind of difference. It's not even a swerve.
No.
The biggest culprit really would be Shinsuke and AJ, in my opinion.
Yeah, for one, like when they started previewing the match, in my head I was like, "There's no way this is up now. There's no way. It's the only championship or I guess major title on the line, and it's going third last
On a card without a Universal title match.
Exactly.
When Roman Reigns is taking on Samoa Joe in a match that has very little
Very
heat.
little story, nothing.
Samoa Joe has been great on the mic. He's been fire coming out and just
but he's
pumping Lesnar's tires.
Exactly. He hasn't really even other than I'm gonna beat you. You're a failure. But
Yeah.
how great is Brock? By the way, like that's all he's been doing.
I've said it before and I've said it again. His main thing right now is just like, after you lose to one guy, I'm going to come out and beat you again.
And then even for him, it makes me so angry. I was looking back at the notes that I was taking while I was watching it. There's a lot of swearing. I was using voice to text, and it's all bleeped out. It's hilarious.
Another fucking rest hold.
No, it wasn't even that. Like the match itself was meh, but it was just like
The match wasn't good either, though, man. If you're going to
No,
build
it
up
wasn't.
something like this at the end of the night, and then you're going to have Joe, like
he went kind of full heel where it was just chokehold.
they're
and
really
chokehold
doing
and-
the stubborn play on trying to make heels hated to the point that you finally have to cheer for Roman. Like it's an unbelievable study into the human psyche of Vince McMahon that he still thinks that he's right and that Roman should be over as a babyface.
It's crazy.
It's like when you look at what happened at the end of their Raw match when Jinder pulled Roman out, he's just like,
Jinder. Everyone hates Jinder. Goddamn, pal. Have him pull Roman out. And then Roman will feud with Jinder. And everyone will boo Jinder.
But nobody booed. Everyone was chanting,
it's
thank
you, Jinder.
Yeah, like,
it's thank you, Jinder.
I don't. It's it boggles my mind that it's been going on this long. And I'm not a Roman hater. I actually really like what he does. I think he's a good wrestler. I'm sick of the Superman punch happening 5 times a match, but whatever.
That's something I'm not a huge fan
But
of.
change what you're doing. It's not working. And then I'm reading this week that it sounds like the entire story of Roman is that it's supposed to mimic and be identical to what they did with Daniel Bryan. You can't give a small man story to Roman Reigns and expect it to work. It's not going to work. It's terrible. They need to fix it. It is so bad. So bad. And the other thing that pissed me off was why build Joe up to be this scary monster and then have him just lose clean to a spear? Like,
I told you Samoa Joe did not have to win in this feud. Honestly, that's not what he's here for.
True, but
I don't see him being a guy that they're going to put the strap on anytime. I think that he's a guy that they have faith in for good match. He's a big, scary heel who can talk, and I think that's all you're going to get out of him, unfortunately.
True, but in order to advance both of these stories on separate shows, Roman shouldn't have won that match.
No, I hear you. It makes more sense. I don't know.
And then we haven't even touched on the finish of AJ and Nakamura.
Ridiculous. Last week I talked about it getting a bit comical. You want to talk comical?
Oh,
let's talk about all the memes and the pictures of AJ and Shinsuke both falling over, holding their nuts, just laying on the ground, shaking in pain.
But I'm not even saying like we needed a payoff there, but give us a winner either way. Whether it's I don't even know, but don't give us a double count out 2 shows in a row.
Yeah, it's lazy, man. It's pure laziness.
So bad. For it to be not to be the main event and then to end like that, and they were actually having a decent match. I was into
Their match was the best we've seen.
Yeah, by far.
It was getting physical. It was starting to get a little, a little dirty, a little grimy because the chair came into play. By the way, how about AJ's face, man? Oh my God! Did you see on SmackDown that like weird shiner? I think it took off skin. He just had like a road rash on his face.
Even one of the things I wrote here was the noise that it made. Like you could hear the double chair shot. Yeah, like it was. I was just yucky.
Oh God.
Yeah, I don't. It just everything.
Be nice to each other's device out there, folks.
But I like the entire Backlash pay-per-view. Everything was so incredibly lazy. Other than Seth and Miz, that was the only match that had great storytelling, a great finish, and stole the show, really. It was...
I'm sorry, but I think you're missing the Elias segment where
the
New Day came out. No, I actually hated that whole thing.
No. Really?
It was the worst example of Bobby Roode's misdirection. Bobby Roode like dancing and twerking with the conga line and just like...
I'll give you that.
He's not a baby face, man. He's not that over face.
The Bobby Roode part after with the twerking and stuff was terrible, but everything leading up to that, it was funny. It was funny. Even the fact that Bobby got the shot on him at the end, everything was great. I'll give you the twerking at the end was terrible and stupid and just makes him look dumb. But everything, even just the way he's like, no, do it again. Like I loved all of that.
One more time, JoJo.
Yeah, I loved all of that.
You know what? That segment almost is an interesting little parallel to the entire show because it started great and it just got worse and worse as it went along.
But at the same time, why did this show have to go to 11:30?
No, it didn't.
Why did it run half an hour
Why
late?
did we have Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Strowman and Lashley in a weird popcorn spot?
Terrible.
If you just had Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns second from the top, the fans who don't like Reigns could check out on it. Maybe they go to the bathroom and come back for Shinsuke AJ. Maybe you get less booing because the people who don't want to see it are just like, I'm going to go to the bathroom right now because this isn't being put in my main event spot for me.
Instead of completely leaving the arena and booing and chanting, this is boring.
Yeah, people were literally leaving.
Man, people were pissed.
Yeah. You know when I knew that was the main event was when you saw that like promo from Roman Reigns backstage or Samoa Joe. I forget who was first, but whenever they do that, that's just what they're hyping up. It's the exact same thing as an episode of SmackDown. It's like you're here from the main event.
And you know what? It actually anger started to even build up before the event happened because a picture was leaked of the call sheet.
Yeah.
And it laid out exactly the way it showed on that sheet, and people were like, "Wow, if this is the way it's going to go tonight, this is going to be terrible."
I think I saw Cage Side Seats tweeting about that. Exactly. Our buddy over there. What else kind of happened that was interesting? Nothing else really. Mella was not money. That was a terrible match. Obviously, Carmella is not ready to carry the title in matches because I don't care what you're going to say. You look like you're going to be semi-positive.
Nope, I'm not.
She was horrible. Nobody liked the match.
It was not a good match.
Bad. The only good thing about it was her yelling Charlotte Flair and slapping Charlotte in the back of the head.
See, and that's the one thing I'm going to say was terrible because this I find her character amusing and annoying and funny, and I get all that. But during the match, it's too much. She's screaming and
Oh yeah, it's way too much.
Yelling her name and slapping. It's like, no, this is the type of shit that these girls used to do in the Attitude Era, where they would just jump on top of each other and slap and scream.
Yeah.
That don't take me back there. You guys are good wrestlers. That's what you should be doing.
Get me out of here.
Yeah, like it was so bad. And
Carmella is one of the most wonderful athletes the women's division on SmackDown Live has ever seen, Maddie.
okay, JB,
She's incredible.
I am.
You kidding me? Carmella is a pure champion's champion.
All right, you win. I'm a fan of what she's doing on the mic as the champion, but that match was a hot mess. It was a hot mess. And
You're
then
a hot mess, Maddie.
And then even the finish was terrible. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was bad.
Charlotte hurt her knee,
So she can't kick
succumbs
out
to
with her,
a
like,
pinna-
back
roll up?
muscles?
Come on, give me a break.
Yeah, when you hurt your knee, all the strength in your hip and shoulders goes just completely out of your body, man.
I will say I love Mella's submission finisher. I even like
It's
the way
cool.
she countered
Yeah.
into it. That's the way that should have ended. Because then Charlotte can be like, oh, I made a mistake and whatever. But
Carmella is the greatest champion since Ric Flair. Okay,
Oh,
the gold looks
boy.
the best on Carmella's waist ever since the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and you can't change my mind, Maddie.
That's why JBL's not on the show very much.
Oh
He
my
just
God.
incites rage.
that is the hottest take we've had.
He's the worst.
I want to slap you in the face right now.
Bring it over here, Maddie. I'll give you a clothesline from hell. Let's go. Come on.
But then even like Alexa and Nia, again, it just lazy.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't okay.
Hey, I got a great idea. Let's kick her in the knee, and then we'll just have Nia toss Alexa around.
Yeah, I mean, that
Match.
one I didn't have huge expectations for. We kind of knew where that was going. It was just going to be, it's over. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, at least try. It's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. At least try. And now it sounds like she's hurt. I don't know if that's a work or not, but like it seems pretty legit. But
Yeah, I don't know. Alexa, that was Bliss, right?
Yeah.
'cause she like blew out her knee or something.
something, I don't know. And I don't know. I don't know
Well,
when it happened or what. And I
She
don't
could be
know.
off TV for a while because what are they going to do with her now after losing
Money in the
twice?
Bank.
Yeah.
Like, she's got to go into Money in the Bank because technically Money in the Bank is the only way someone's going to get that title from Nia, believably.
Yeah. Hardy retains. That was meh.
Meh.
That was fine.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing wrong with that. At that point, I was like, this card's okay because
It was a better match than I expected.
it's building up the things that makes me wonder what happens next. Like,
Yeah.
okay, so what happens next with the U.S. title? Daniel Bryan beating Cass clean. I think we need to talk about this a little bit. This was
Didn't like it.
strange.
Yeah.
Like I get them trying to get the heat back for Cass after and beating up Daniel Bryan, but then when you see on SmackDown Daniel losing clean, it's just like, well, now I don't get what they're doing because if they're trying to do the underdog thing with D-Bry, with our boy DeBry, then he should have lost to Cass as well, and it should be like, how does this small man compete in the world of the giants?
Yep. No, I agree. I don't know. It seemed weird. I really thought Big Cass was going to win there, and I mean, even if Daniel Bryan won because Big Cass screwed up and hurt himself on the ring post, I don't know. It seemed weird that he just won clean.
Yeah, it was a little strange, and
Especially
obviously
on a submission.
He got beat down. Yeah, like the submission looked good. The
it
S-lock,
looked
like as soon
great.
as he actually strapped it on and pulled it tight.
But when he tapped out, I was just like, "What? Wait, what? Really?
I
What?"
feel like I should correct my verbiage there. He did not strap it on
I ignored it
and then
because
give
I
it to
knew that you didn't mean what you actually said. But I
Let's
got
go.
it.
Let's
All
go.
right, all right.
I mean, really, the only fun that came from it in this whole card was like the entertaining action that we got from Styles and Nakamura,
Yeah.
and Braun Strowman just destroying Kevin Owens like over and over again as he's known to do.
You know what? Might be a good time.
Yeah. This might be a good time. Hey, let's get Kevin Owens in here. Here's KO. Here he is. Da 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 da. Oh, there's my guy. Hey, oh my God,
oh.
Kevin. Oh my God.
No, look
Kevin,
out.
watch out. Let's go. Oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez.
Oh my God. Oh, Braun Strowman just
I think-
destroyed Kevin Owens.
I think he's dead.
Where did Braun come from? I didn't even
I
know he
don't
was
know.
here. Wow. Oh my God.
That was shocking.
Kevin, I got to finish the show, but just stay down. There's a couch over there if you need to lay down. Are you okay? He's not. He's not okay.
I feel sick to my stomach.
Wow.
He landed horribly.
Oh my God. Maybe he's just hanging out downstairs in the basement, Steve.
Don't put that shit on me.
Wow. I guess it wasn't that. Wow.
I
Well, let's talk
heard
about Money in the
inside.
Bank.
I heard inside.
Let's gear up for Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Maddie.
All right.
So far, these men have qualified for Money in the Bank. Braun Strowman,
Yep.
who's been shoulder tackling his way.
Well, we just saw
to
it.
the
And it was
briefcase.
devastatingly scary.
We'll check back in with Kevin later if he's able to get up. Finn Balor.
Yep.
Which
Cool,
is
cool.
which is interesting because
Yeah.
last week I had said only a demon can kill a beast. Am I right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
You know what I'm
liked
saying?
it.
Here's something I wanted to bring up. I know I kind of did already, but Jinder and Reigns, rematch or rivalry?
I absolutely believe that next week on Monday, Kurt's going to be like, Jinder, you wanted a qualifying match. You got it against Roman. And then
Here's
Roman's
the
going to
deal.
be
If
in the
you
match.
want to qualify for WWE Money in the Bank,
Dubba.
it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Jinder Mahal in the main event for a chance at the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Your Kurt might be one of my favorite impressions. I love it. Doesn't even sound that much like him.
No,
it's what you say that wins.
Yeah, it's the content. The content is strong.
No, I wrote that down. I think this is just setting up for, like, they're still going to get Roman in that
when you
match.
think about it, it's the end of May. Is this pay-per-view?
No, June 17th.
June 17th.
Yeah,
so
so
we
they've
got
got a way to go.
long
Yeah.
time. We got a lot of qualifiers to go.
Yeah.
We got a lot of pointless weeks. Hey, but you know what? They could probably just shoehorn in some big network special around like May 28th.
Greatest casket match, I believe. Is
Right. Yeah. The greatest ladder match.
50 men.
50 ladders.
That would be devastating.
Would DMX be in that one? Where my ladder's at? Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, no, that's exactly where I think that this is going. Is I don't know if Roman's going to get in the ladder match or what, but I think he will, and that just makes me
I think so too.
angry.
I think so too.
Just
And
he'll win
then honestly, I could see Jinder and Roman going straight through to like the next pay-per-view. Like he gets into the ladder match and then like him and Jinder feud for a while out of it because he costs Roman the briefcase or something.
I'm okay with that if that's the way it happens.
What if it's just some crazy way to get Jinder Mahal over? Imagine that. It's like so meta. It's some
could
crazy
they put
play
him
where they're
over
like,
this quickly though?
they're like, well, you know what? We just want Jinder back up there. And everybody hates Roman Reigns. What if they're doing the exact opposite of what we think they're doing and trying to get Jinder over because Reigns No.
WWE does not do the exact
It's pronounced WWE.
Double Bubba. Anyways.
Fun with people's speech.
He's
Over on SmackDown side, The Miz.
Love it.
Quick pin counter on the Swanton. I thought that was really cool. You can't tell me in 2018 that The Miz is actually a bad wrestler. You know what? You really can't.
I think he's good.
He's not going to put on a classic. I mean, he had a good hand in one.
I think that
That backlash with Seth. That's mainly Seth. But he's going to be in the right place at the right time. He's going to do his job. He's not a bad wrestler.
No, but
he used to be a bad wrestler.
And I see him out there. He's calling a lot of the match. So
the heel's supposed to call the spots.
Exactly. So I feel like he is a better storyteller than he is a wrestler. And I think that's why he is a good wrestler. Not a great wrestler, a good wrestler.
You know who's
His
a better
storytelling
storyteller
doesn't.
than he was a wrestler his entire career? Ric fucking Flair.
Perfect example. Yes. I'm not saying Miz is Flair by any means. Relax, everyone. Just
No.
put your friggin'
But
knives
like
down.
Ric Flair, we understand as one of the greatest of all time because of his consistency in the matches and the title reigns and his character being on the mic and being so good.
Yeah.
And also like he also had the reputation of being a great hand. Like he had cardio. He could go for an hour at a time. Yeah. But it was the same match every night. You know,
Absolutely.
it was like, you're going to slap me in the chest. I'm going to slap you back. I'm going to do the funny face first bump. I'm going to do a flip over the top turnbuckle over to the outside.
The slow sell.
Yeah, I'm going to put you in the figure four and no one's ever going to tap out to it, but it's still going to somehow win me a bunch of championships. Woo!
Yeah.
But anyway.
No, I like the Miz in that spot with like turning the Swanton, like a finisher into a roll up. I thought was brilliant.
It was really cool. It was a cool spot.
I think it's a great spot. I think it's the perfect way to get Miz into the title picture, believably.
Jeff Hardy just finally starting to try to do that as like a pinning combo. Just it almost looks like he just can't get over far enough the way he used to, but I think it's on purpose. I think he plans it that way to like just stay there as a pinning combo. But it really looks like he's just sandbagging guys out there. It's like, here's my full weight coming down.
It even looks rough. Like, Jeff, man, you're back. You are not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
Like, let's
hey,
just
you
cool
can
this.
handle this, right? I'm just going to land right on top of you. Hey, Can I talk about their teeth for a second?
Well, okay. Who? All of them?
Where did the Hardys go, man? They picked pure white.
Matt Hardy is worse than Jeff, but
Matt Hardy's worse than Jeff because Matt Hardy didn't get the bottom teeth done. He's just got like implants and veneers on the top, and then like crooked old yellow teeth at the bottom. That's pretty funny.
Especially Matt. His whole character is this stupid smile he does.
I know.
Like, does he not see it in the mirror and think, you know what? This isn't, unless it's part of his character. I don't know, but
maybe. But their dentist really should have been like, you sure you want to go like chiclet white?
Yeah. Are you sure you want to go see through?
Like, even movie stars are like off white so that they look a little human.
Yeah.
It looks like Rebby could play Matt's teeth.
Oh, man. That's good.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
Anyways, can we get off teeth now and move on to the greatest thing to ever happen in history?
Rusev Day. Rusev Day.
I'm
Is
happy.
this not the most WWE thing ever? It's like, you want him to go over? Fine. He can beat your precious little bearded goat boy. God damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that they played up this, Big Cass hurt him so much that Daniel Bryan can't win this match. Like, that's the only reason he lost. I didn't like that.
Is that what they were
part.
saying on commentary?
Yeah.
Like, they gave the win to Cass?
Yeah, no, even in Daniel Bryan's promo before the match, he was saying, I got hurt at the end and I'm going to go out there and give it my best. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. Even then, I was like, okay, well,
but that didn't really play into the fact that
they had a 20-minute match anyway.
Rusev reversed the running knee and then gave a Machka kick.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't because Daniel was hurt. That was just good wrestling.
Yeah.
But, you kind of knew it was going to happen because Daniel Bryan was winning the entire match.
Yeah.
Like, Rusev had no offense.
Not much.
And then it was Machka kick!
Yeah.
I think it's really funny.
I was still shocked that Rusev won.
I am kind of shocked. And I think, again, this is like a funny peek into the brain of Vince McMahon and maybe even, Brad James, that the fans want Rusev to win so bad all the time. They're chanting Rusev Day. And then they put them out there as a pure heel. The one time they finally let him go over in a match that means something, it's when Daniel Bryan's out there. And the fans really kind of want Daniel Bryan to win.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want Rusev to win so bad? Well, careful what you wish for.
Here it is.
There you go. He won. Oh, Daniel lost, though.
And you know what?
That sucks.
And if you think about it, like, I rewatched this morning, and he didn't get the pop at the win that you expect
that's
him
what
to
I
get.
mean. That's why it's so interesting to me, because
it's a good point. I hadn't even thought of it like that.
Really killed the crowd reaction, because they're like, oh, but Daniel Bryan, though.
We're happy, but we're sad.
They're like, wait, yes? Rusev
no.
Day? Oh, Daniel.
Still super happy that he's in the match, and I'm picking him to win because I always pick Rusev.
Right, that's true.
Our predictions are a month away,
those
but
are your criteriums.
This is where I'm going.
Will Daniel Bryan find a way in?
No.
No?
No. I think they've set him
He's got to wrestle Cass again, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I think they've set him into this regular now where he can kind of he's just going to get regular wrestler treatment. He's not Daniel Bryan back from injury Daniel Bryan anymore. I think he's just regular wrestler. We still love him. He's still a top face, but you're getting regular treatment now.
Yeah. I think he's going to get some. Yeah, he's going to get some regular treatment. I think that they're still going to make him a priority with storytelling. Like, you could tell on that show with Daniel Bryan and Rusev kind of main eventing that, like, he's a big part of the show.
He's still a top guy.
He's a big deal.
He's still a top guy. I just don't, he's not going to get the belt. He's not going to get the briefcase.
I wouldn't mind even seeing Daniel Bryan with, like, the U.S. title and doing what they're doing with Seth Rollins over on Raw.
Him
being
and
the carrier of it.
Exactly. Him and Hardy could be actually great together for a little bit. I don't know how you put two faces together,
we'd be so great together.
They'd be so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
A little pause for the cows, a little hydration, sip some water for the working man.
But we got 4 spots left for the men.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Yeah, at the end, I want
with a month.
I want a fantasy book. The remaining spots. But let's talk about the ladies first. These women have qualified. Ember Moon.
Yeah.
Great match.
Awesome match.
The crowd
was very good.
Was okay. But the match was good. I felt that Ruby Riott impressed again.
Yeah,
and
she looked good. She's learned to sell.
Yeah, she's proven that she's actually a decent hand over on the Raw side. Intrigued to see what they're doing with the Riot Squad. I felt like it's been a little better for them ever since they started making them at least dress the same.
Yeah.
They kind of have this little, like, weird punk crew thing going on to try to match Ruby's look, because her look is so strong that you can't just try to make her blend in. Like,
no, for sure.
We're all popular girls, but this one is also tattooed with black hair.
I'd really like them to change their how they get in the ring. The way they like.
Oh, you don't like that?
The way they time it to like all put their hands on the ring at the same time and push off. It looks like you can see Ruby counting. I just
Yeah.
it looks too planned. Like if
I
they
feel
just
like they
walk down
did
and do
that.
it, they'd be great. But they stop.
I think
and
did
then
Liv
they
Morgan
do it.
do that before? I feel like they did that for Liv. I don't know.
I don't know.
I've always thought that was a good look for Liv because she does the little hands on the chin thing. It's
I'm
it's
okay
about
with
the only
that.
character we're seeing from her.
Yeah,
So
I'm okay with that. It's just it looks too planned. I don't know. It's just a little pet peeve. Doesn't even really matter.
well, you want to talk about all of the wrestling entrances of 2018 if you want to talk about being planned, right? It looks
Yeah.
very choreographed. It's almost like the show was planned before they went out there.
What? I
Yeah.
disagree.
I don't want to spoil things this week. I've already somewhat spoiled Avengers.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry about that. Fucking Taker, man. Just
Typical Taker. But
Only cares about
the
himself.
double eclipse was
Yeah.
a pretty cool spot.
fantastic.
Hadn't seen that before. And her being in the Money in the Bank match, all I can think of is like we need an eclipse off a
Oh
ladder.
man, that's
Plain
you know
and
what?
simple.
Take care of your tailbone out there, folks.
I don't care.
That sounds very dangerous. to
Someone
me.
can catch her. It sounds awesome. It's gonna happen.
It'd be a good spot. It'd be a good spot.
Yeah.
I've checked out on Sasha and Bailey. Wake me up when I'm supposed to care.
Who?
Sasha and Bailey.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, no, they're just some.
It's almost like they're turning them into friends again, and it's just like, no, stop it. You're stupid.
they're just stuck in the friend zone, man. Story of my life.
Oh,
Charlotte
Says the guy
Flair.
who's been married and had a girlfriend for
Yeah, I
15
know.
years.
I've been with my wife since 2006.
Yeah.
Stuck in that friend zone.
Yeah, you're a kid. You're just dying out
She's
there.
my best friend. I'm stuck in the friend zone.
Oh, she doesn't listen, right?
Yeah, it's true though. She is my best friend. I like Barbie.
Okay.
Charlotte Flair, SmackDown side.
Not shocked.
Not shocked at all.
A little
This is-
shocked, actually,
this is
because I
good-
feel like she doesn't need this to win the title back.
That's true, but you got to do something with her that matters. And it feels like
I
if
suppose.
Charlotte's not trying to get the belt back, then what is she doing right now?
I suppose. Well, having surgery.
I have, yeah, she could be having surgery. I have an opinion that's probably going to make you sad
Okay.
or make you mad.
Okay.
I can't picture Peyton Royce or Billie Kay being in a classic match at WrestleMania in the women's division. I just don't see that in either of them. And because of that, I'm not that interested in them right now. They're annoying and they're good heels, but I don't really see that out of them. Like, I don't see anything beyond that. I don't think that her match with Charlotte Flair was anything to write home about. It was just busy, kind of borderline boring, average work.
Okay.
I know it's early, but like, I don't know, man.
I see where you're coming from. They've been up for not even a month. No, I guess it's a month.
It's really
now. Either
early,
way.
and I'm really
But-
jumping the ship on this.
But not everything has to lead to WrestleMania. And I get you're talking about the title picture. It's the only way it can be there. But I think you kind of just have to enjoy it for what it is right now, which is annoying Aussies who are these like catty, bratty schoolgirls type figures. And I don't think they have plans to put them into WrestleMania. I think you just have to enjoy it for what it is right
That's kind
there.
of my point. My point is kind of like, yeah, no, not that they should be aiming towards like a main event at WrestleMania, but I just feel like that's the ceiling for them. Like just kind of
Sure.
mid-card heels that are there to disturb people until they find a way to be like annoying, but also back it up and seem like a legitimate threat and then prove in the ring that like they can entertain as well.
Yeah, I see where you're coming. I mean, it's hard when your character is silly. Like they're not evil heels, right? They're just kind of silly girls, essentially, or
Yeah.
women. Sorry, but it's just I definitely see where you're coming from. I just really like what they're doing, and I know the match wasn't great, but they're like Peyton's a good wrestler, and I
just feel like I'm waiting to see that. Like I'm waiting
Maybe.
to see that they're good wrestlers too. I'm
they
just not
they haven't
feeling
really
it.
been given the spots either, though, right? Like they've had their matches, but tag teams, but they've been in there overshadowed by people like Becky and Asuka. So
I don't want them
and
to
now
be
Charlotte.
the revival of the women's division on SmackDown. You know what I mean? I don't want them to come
man.
out, cut like a couple good promos that piss people
Yeah.
off, and then just lose.
The
I'm
revival.
right now. I'm just like I'm not really feeling it, and that might be creative's fault. I don't know.
It's a fair opinion.
maybe it's
I
just
can't
not for me.
disagree with you.
I don't know. You know, who I'm more into right now Mandy Rose. I like Mandy Rose.
We were so excited for new intro music and entrances. I feel like we were wrong.
Really? I like
Terrible.
the entrance. I thought it was great.
You know what it was?
The cloudy vision,
I'm okay with that, but don't.
the soft focus.
I'm okay with it. It's just I feel like they're trying to go with this. Mandy Rose is so sexy instead of I don't know.
She's
me,
incredibly strong.
in 2000,
Instead of like, I can deadlift 300 pounds.
no, it's just to me like the sexy entrance and the slow walk, and like in 2018, I just feel like that shouldn't be what they're going for. I'm okay with it if she's kind of like, I don't know, almost like a I'm better than you character rather than I'm prettier than you character, which all I got out of that was she was pretty.
Right.
Out of the end, I'm just talking the entrance. It was, but.
I understand that. I think it might be okay because she's the only one they're doing that with, and they're kind of acknowledging like this woman is ridiculously beautiful, and you've got the gimmick with Corey Graves, and then the fact that she came out and she actually won clean over Becky Lynch. You know, it's like she could back it up too, and she is cocky. She thinks she deserves everything, so I think it's okay as a heel character to do that in 2018 if they do it somewhat tastefully. The soft focus thing was kind of fun.
I'm okay with all that.
It's all a little bit Eva Marie, Jace, you know what I mean? But
and I got it. Actually, the music made sense to me more at the end when she had this like sly smile on after winning, like she was cocky and yes, I'm better than you. It was just there was something about the way she walked out and she was flipping her hair, and I was like, no.
it's okay for a heel character though, because it's like, I know I'm the shit. Like, look at me, I'm so much better than you. It's old school heat, and I don't think it's that bad. It's not like playing into sexuality to the point that it's like objectification. I think that it's because she's kind of presenting herself that way. Like, look at how amazing I am. Look at how above you I am.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I just read it wrong, but that was the feeling I got when I saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't not
if you
hate
think
it
of her
at the end.
as like the female Gold Dust, it almost makes it a little different.
And that's what I was kind of thinking
She's
about.
coming out all sensual and just like strange and kind of
maybe she needs a robe. Maybe she just needs a gold robe, and then I'm okay.
It's
I
just
don't
too
know.
much like Charlotte. I don't know. I liked it. I liked the entrance. I thought it was okay.
All right.
I'm going to keep that in the back of my mind, though. Next time I watch, I'm going to be like, is this a little bit of over-sexualization?
I just thought it was too sexual. That's all it was for me.
I could see that. Let's talk about predicting the remaining superstars for the respective spots. So we're going to get 8 in this match. Is that right?
In both of them, yeah, there's 8. And we're not even sure if there's going to be a tag team Money in the Bank either.
Yeah, I hope
there
that's
were rumors
not the case.
of it.
That's way too much.
It sounded like, I agree. It sounded like
That's
they changed
insanity.
their mind last minute, but
Who
totally
else
agree.
would you like to see on the men's side?
Men's side?
Give me.
Wait, who else would I like to
Man,
see,
we got
or
to
who
pick
do I
6
think?
more names. That's tough.
Yeah, well, no, only 4 for the men, 6 for the women.
Oh yeah, sorry, 4.
Who do I want to see, or who do I think they're going to put in there?
Either or.
I think they're going to put in Roman.
Yep.
I hate it, but I think that's where they're going to go. I think they're going to turn Bobby Roode and Elias into a qualifying match now that they've both kind of won a couple. So I think I'm going to choose Elias. I'd like to see him go in. I think on the SmackDown side, I don't know, but I hope they put Joe in that match. And I think we're going to see Big E finally get that singles push.
Big E, that's a random one.
Yeah. Well, they've got a qualifying match against the Bar, right? And then they get whoever wins gets to choose who goes in the match. So that's
think
where
it would
I
be
think
Xavier, but
well, Xavier has 18 holes in his tongue now.
he took 2 chunks out of his tongue.
That was yucky.
That was yucky.
Oh, gross.
That was gross. But you know what? Another great match by Xavier Woods.
Amazing.
With a guy like Cesaro, who's obviously, fantastic. You know what would be amazing, too, on the SmackDown side would be if, like, a Cesaro got in the Money in the Bank match. You know?
Yeah.
In some way, the Bar, can't continue or whatever. Sheamus, when he has to retire eventually because he's got this neck issue, it's going to be really interesting to see what they do with Cesaro, and I hope it's some kind of a mid to high singles role on SmackDown for Cesaro, because that would be fantastic.
It could be, and it'd be a good spot for him, for sure.
Imagine like a Cesaro versus Samoa Joe or something, where Cesaro's the babyface. It'd be wonderful.
Cesaro's always been one of those guys where he's just like, he is way better than they're letting him be.
Yeah.
That's how I have always kind of felt about him.
Okay, so you picked 4 there.
Yep.
I got to say, I think you're definitely right with Roman.
Yeah.
I could see Jinder being in the match too.
I originally had
though.
him. I changed Jinder to Roman.
So from Raw, if you're on Raw, you've got Roman. Let's lose Jinder. Let's go with like one random from Raw. Who's somebody like mid card that'd be fun. Man, I can't even think of anything right now.
I had a hard time with this too, to be honest.
I was going to be like, Finn Balor. No, he's in it.
Yeah. Chad Gable.
Sure.
I thought him at first, but then he lost clean to Jinder. I was like, well, lost clean.
That'd be such a random thing. Jason Jordan. A returning Jason Jordan.
Okay.
Makes it into Money in the Bank. With Roman Reigns.
I'm not gonna lie. I was
Finn Balor
expecting
and Braun Strowman from Raw. And
I was
then
expecting Jason Jordan to come out last night. To be honest.
Well, hopefully that's something that they can use to kind of freshen things up.
So you got Jason Jordan and Roman.
Yeah, because that's what's going to happen.
Totally.
The Miz and Rusev on SmackDown. So we got to add 2 more guys from SmackDown. How about Daniel Bryan makes it into the match.
Okay.
So you got D. Bryan in the match. And who's one more guy? It feels like a lazy choice to say like an Orton.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be wrong.
Feels gross.
He's out of the universe.
Ew,
Like he's out of the
Orton.
United States title picture now, though. So this could be his next.
Yeah. I feel
know.
like an Orton would be a legit choice to make, but I feel gross saying it too.
Even the look on your face now, like you feel dirty. Yeah.
I feel like I just got pinchased.
Yeah. Well, it is Pinchasha.
I don't like being compared to a pinchasa ADC. Sorry, Orton.
That was a lazy impression.
His voice is pretty lazy.
Yeah, touche.
What's a Randy Orton voice? You just kind of talk like this. You talk about how you don't like gender. You talk about how you don't like. I think you're going to catch an RKO out of nowhere.
That's
That's
close.
really all his voice is.
That's not bad. That's fairly generic.
Generic voices are the hardest, by the way. It's really hard to turn
Yeah.
your voice into somebody who just doesn't have a remarkable voice. Like Braun and Taker and everything, like they're characters.
Well, because you have to like get into your throat and your diaphragm.
Yeah,
to
but
do
it's
those, right?
almost easier to emulate
Yeah,
that than
yeah.
it is to just like, I don't know, how do I go out there and sound like Chad Gable?
Sound like a normal guy.
But Chad Gable, he's like a guy, he's got like a voice and he says stuff. I can't
Stop
like, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least I'm trying with the Orton one, right?
What do you got for the women?
Oh God, now I
You
gotta
need
do the one.
6.
6 ladies.
Did you not like think of this prior?
No, I didn't. Did you write yours down? Because then
Yeah.
you could just go and I'll just be like, sure or
Okay.
nah.
All right. I'll go first. Asuka, easy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Becky will get a rematch against Mandy, or something. I don't know, but I feel like she'll get in.
She should.
I have. So that's 2 from SmackDown. No, you know what? I think Mandy will get in as well. I don't think Sonya will get in. So I got Asuka, Becky, Mandy from SmackDown. Raw, I'm gonna go with Bliss because Avi. Ew, why did I say Avi?
I say Avi too.
Obviously, I hate it. Here's my gross one. You know what? I'll give you my fun one first. I think you know what it is.
What?
Dana fucking Brooke. Do I
man.
think she'll get in? No. Do I hope she does? Yes. So I'm picking her.
You love a Dana, remember?
And here's my yucky one that kind of puts a bad taste in my mouth. Bailey. Yeah. I think they need to do something, and then maybe that's where we see a Sasha turn. I don't know. I don't know. Yuck.
Okay, from Raw's side, I mean, I would like to see a Ruby Riott in the match, but she kind of lost her qualifier, so I don't know if you can really get her in there.
How
And
do you get her
they
back
seem
in?
like
Yeah.
glorified jobbers, kind of the way that the Iconics feel to me on SmackDown.
That's fair.
At the moment.
Yep.
And Big Sexy Matty Hayes always said to me that the ladies need jobbers too.
It's true. Natty.
Yeah, Natty feels like one. And Bailey makes sense. That's 3 baby faces from Raw, though. So who's heel like on Raw? What about Ronda? Could Ronda be in the Money in the Bank match?
I thought about Ronda, and I was thinking of putting her in, but I don't know if they give her that spot.
You know what? I think someone from the Riot Squad needs to be in that match. So I'm just going to go totally off script here and
Cool.
say, like, Sarah Logan
Cool.
makes it in the match.
I dig it.
They've got to do something with her. Give her some spotlight somehow. So you got a heel from Raw, babyface from Raw, and Ember Moon. Let's say another babyface because Raw's very babyface heavy. There's going to be a lot of faces.
Yeah.
Because Asuka's got
that's
to go
okay.
in. Asuka's got to be in it. That'd be
Yeah.
great for Asuka to win it. And Asuka and Charlotte kind of facing off in the match. Nice little moment, maybe like Shinsuke and AJ last year.
Yeah, yeah.
Where they face off and everyone's like, oh, yeah, we want to see this shit.
Yep.
Oh, this is tough. You know, I should have made these picks before, but everybody just tunes in to hear me deliberating for an hour and a half, right? That's
Here,
what
let's
makes
sit
the
here and
pod.
listen to ADC think.
I think Ronda's kind of
Riveting.
above a match like this, as weird as that sounds, if she's going to be full-time and people would like to see her in it. But so I'm going to say Bailey makes sense, Ember Moon, and like a Sarah Logan, and then
That's
Charlotte.
only 3.
Yeah, and then Charlotte Flair. Oh, man, you need 4.
You need 4. You need one more from Raw.
All right, Sasha, too.
Okay. You're
Charlotte
lazy.
Flair,
You should write for
Asuka.
WWE.
Charlotte, Asuka, and then who are some
You need 2 more.
heels from SmackDown? See, I want to put like Naomi in it because Naomi's like
Yeah,
athletic.
and she hasn't really done anything lately. But then you have Mandy.
No,
and
put Mandy
Sonya,
in there, and
then the iconics.
Billy Kay. Put Billy Kay in there too.
All right.
Peyton lost. Billy makes it in, and then
All right.
they can feud over who's more iconic.
This would be a good thing. Tweet at us. Let us know who you think will be in in the match as well. It'd
That'd
be
be
interesting to
really-
see because this was actually harder than I thought it was going to be. So I'd be
You
interested.
just heard me
in,
rack my brain.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd be interested to see what others like if they struggle to pick some folks for this as well.
Yeah. Hey. Hey. Kevin Owens is getting back.
Oh,
up. Kevin,
hey, perfect. Good to
do you
have
have
him.
any predictions, Kevin? Oh my God! Watch out!
come
on! I'm not finished with you.
Not again.
Oh, get these hands! Oh my God!
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
boy.
no! Oh my goodness!
He's bleeding.
You know, don't get up.
I don't want to
KO.
look.
Don't get up.
Look.
Let's. Wow. I almost forgot. Took him a long time to get up.
Oh God, it's worse the second time.
Okay. You know, there's still a couple things we could talk about really quickly here.
Sure.
If you just want to talk about the rest of Raw and SmackDown Live.
Yeah.
I think most notably for me was the segment where WWE tried to answer the question, just who is Bobby Lashley?
Oh my God! What the hell was this? The video was great.
Sure, the video package was great. I was like, I know more about Bobby Lashley now than I did after his entire initial run.
Absolutely.
You know, Army family, 4 sisters, all this stuff, the athletic.
His career. Everything. Yeah, it was
By the way,
great.
did you know Bobby Lashley's 41?
I did not know that.
That's
actually.
crazy.
Yeah. But
as JD said on Scrubs, black guys have the greatest skin.
nice, good throwback. Love me some Scrubs.
I forget what Turk said after that, but he just like looked at him. He's just like, "What are you? Don't say that."
What are you watching? Barbershop 9. Anyway, sorry.
I love Scrubs. I love Community. Just so
same,
you guys know,
same.
we like a lot of nerdy shows.
Yeah. Anyways, what were we
But
talking
like
about? Oh yeah,
Bobby Lashley and
yeah.
the fact that his sisters tried to murder him when he was young.
What? And it was just so like, tell us who Bobby Lashley is. Well, my sisters tried to kill me multiple times.
Yeah,
and tortured me.
Well, here's who I am, Renee. I had 4 sisters, and in case you didn't know, this scar is from when one physically actually abused me. She took something upside my head, and now it's a scar. So I don't mess with Francis. And also, one time I was tied in the forest by my sisters and left for hours alone. It was really scary. I almost got eaten by wild animals, but they love me a lot. I didn't know how close I was until later in my life. And,
love my family.
Yeah, I love my family. And then I'd always tell her to like fly away on the broom. That was totes hilarious. And all this other stuff happened, and
so weird.
By the way, I just gonna before you go, I know I just told a bunch of stories, but can I look dead into the camera and just mention all 4 of them and say I love you, and then we can move along?
Do you
That's
think
perfect.
this goes
that seems
somewhere?
Like a perfect interview.
Like, do you think this is going somewhere? There was a reason for this, or was this just super weird? And
I think this was like a
decided to air it
weird
anyway?
thing. They were like, let's sit down with Bobby and try to talk about his life, and we'll find something that we find interesting. And then he was like, oh, well, all my sisters tried to kill me. And then they're like, let's use that.
Confused.
And poor Renee is just like, wow, it seems like you've led a really interesting and colorful life. He's like, yeah, totally. Hey, can I just tell my sisters I love them to the camera? Like, get real close up. It's going to be really weird. I think they were trying to endear him to us.
It didn't work.
It just seemed so
Did not work.
strange.
It was weird. I felt like, where you get kind of that like awkward confusion feeling? Like if you ever seen The British Office, where you just get awkward watching it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt watching this. I just felt like,
you felt like Renee was smiling and nodding, like, just act like this is normal. Act like it's normal for him to say these things.
It was so weird. I don't know. I hope there's something after this that makes it make sense. Otherwise, it was just a huge weird miss for me.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is funny when you think about the fact that Vince was listening to this. If you've ever listened to Something to Wrestle, Bruce always tells stories about how Vince didn't want to do feuds between brothers because he's like, brothers, family don't fight. Brothers don't fight. And if you have a sibling, that like you grow up and all you do is fight.
Yeah.
So Vince must have been back there like, what the fuck? His sisters tried to kill him. God damn.
Oh, God.
Brothers and sisters don't fight.
He even just the awkward smile on it. Like he had to smile the whole time. And it
felt very written too, right? It's like he was reading the prompter, like he had prepared statements, answers.
sorry, we completely glossed over this. I know this is completely out of left field.
Random.
Nia Jax at BackLash after she won that match.
Oh, yeah.
It has to be said. That was garbage. That was terrible. I said it a couple weeks beforehand. They were taking this
the whole
bullying
be
thing.
your beautiful self.
They were taking the bullying thing too far. They were making a joke out of it, and then the scripted delivery at the end was absolute garbage.
I think that was their attempt at actually doing a heartfelt wrap up
It
to
was
this
terrible.
whole thing, though. That's kind of more Nia's fault, or maybe their
It
fault
is.
for making her read it.
Maybe they should have just said something like, Nia, go out there and give something, like, don't read this script, because it honestly felt like she was a president standing in front of a teleprompter reading.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
Well, that's the whole problem with scripted promos to begin with.
Oh my God. I had to bring it up because it actually made me angry, because I was starting to find that they were making light of bullying, and then it's getting at me right now even thinking about it. Anyways,
And when
we
you
can move on.
you compare and contrast that to Nia, who started crying in that backstage segment with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
And it's like, why don't you just go out there and conjure up some real memories and feelings and just speak from the heart to the crowd, because the storyline obviously means something to you.
Oh,
But
man.
instead, they're like, we've prepared this statement for you to read.
It was
verbatim.
terrible. She was getting booed because it was so bad.
I think the company was getting booed.
It could be that like the whole thing was being booed, because like bullying is not a joke. And they made it a bit of a joke, and then they ruined it at the end by trying
I heard
to be...
the greatest phrasing ever on the Masked Man show last week when David Schumacher called current fans, the way we're united is in unified irony now, because we just kind of understand the real and fake of it all, and we're cheering when things feel real enough for us to enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just unified irony is a perfect way to put that.
Yeah.
So we were in unified irony just booing the shit out of the company for making
It was bad.
the character the vehicle for this horrible speech that was written, and which it's weird.
That being said, I want a moment of bliss to be like a regular thing, just not about bullying.
Yeah.
I love those segments. I thought that
Hey,
was
can
hilarious.
I just, before you move on to the next thing, can I just say something?
Yeah.
Barbie, I love you. Thank you, Matt.
Wow.
That's about as natural as it was when Lashley did it.
Wow. I knew what you were doing, but that you made me feel awkward right there. Like, even though you looked off to the side, like you were looking at a camera and everything.
That's why this needs to be a video podcast, Matt.
This is how awkward I felt when I was
I need
watching
to
Bobby
stare
Lashley.
at the webcam and just, zoom the webcam in and be like, Barbara, my wife, I love you.
No, stop it. Stop it. Your
you've
love
been
is real, but that is weird.
You've been my wife for 3 years, and I just want you to know that I love you.
Okay. Okay. I feel yucky inside.
There's not a lot left to talk about. But
No,
how
there
about
isn't.
Monday Night Rollins versus Monday Night Raleigh? This happened. This was adequate.
I like that Seth is a fighting champion.
It was great.
and
Seth is great.
Love all that.
Raleigh was meh.
I mean, I guess they have to do something with these guys. Like, I don't mean Seth, but I mean like guys like Mojo and okay.
Whenever these things happen, I'm kind of waiting for the guy to break out and show me,
Yeah.
why we should care about him. And it's like, oh, sweet, this is like the coming out party for Mojo, where he gets to, like Sami Zayn on Raw against John Cena, or like Kalisto, Cesaro. All these guys had this great match against, Cena in the U.S. Open Challenge. And Mojo, you're kind of waiting for that moment where you're like, he turns it on and you see this extra gear from him and you're like, oh, wow, Mojo's got that X factor. You didn't really see it.
No.
It was just okay.
And I have a hard time believing him as a wrestler more than just kind of like a brawler. Like just kind of like a football guy. He's just going to run and body check you. But like Braun does it way better. So I don't know. I have a hard time buying into Mojo Rawley, as do most people really, which is why he's never on TV. So
Yeah.
his promo was better. Like he did all right on the mic. I thought that was fine, but I don't know. I hope they keep doing this with Seth.
I think they will.
I
They
just
for
hope
sure
it gets
will.
interesting.
I thought it was going to be one of those things where he's like, oh, it's going to be an open challenge. And then some weird stuff happens and you don't get a
Another
match.
spot where Jason Jordan could have come out.
Right. But it happened. Mojo
Yeah.
came out and he's like, it's Monday night. Raleigh, choo Playboy, and all that shit happened.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. It was fine, I guess.
Oh, wait. Oh, Kevin.
Hey.
Kevin's getting
Oh,
up.
thank God.
Oh, my God. You
Thought
look
he
so much
died.
better, buddy. Are
Oh,
you okay?
man.
Oh, my God. Watch out.
No, Not again. Oh, God.
Say hello to Nicholas. Let's go.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Why did he shout out Nicholas while he just destroyed Kevin Owens? That was kind of weird.
I have blood on my arm. It's on me.
That was nasty.
I'm gonna have
Poor
nightmares.
Poor Kevin. You know what?
Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
call it right now, Kevin. You stay down. We're gonna talk to you some other time. Oof.
I feel horrible for Kevin.
Me too. You want to name the former Miztourage?
Sure. This I actually didn't even think of or what to name.
I have
them,
nothing.
So I don't know.
Bodaxel.
No. What? They're not a couple. I don't know.
Neither was Rybaxel.
Were they ever called that?
Yes. Ryback
Shut up.
and Axel, Curtis
Why
Axel.
don't I remember that?
Rybaxel? It was terrible.
Oh God. Bodaxel. That actually sounds funny.
Perfect belief.
The
Bofection.
I got nothing. I can't even think of it.
They're in the
stable
biz now. They're just the biz tourage.
The
super friends.
The stable. The lamp. I don't know. They're lost.
Yeah.
I think maybe they'll come up with something.
Sure.
Right?
Who cares?
Is the show taken? I think the show's taken.
What about the big show? Well,
No, that's taken.
yeah, that's taken. I got nothing.
I don't know.
Let's talk about. Let's move on to just two tweets.
The following segment was paid for by the ADCs of wrestling.
Hey, yo. This is just two tweets.
Two tweets.
All right, two tweet me, bro. Let's do this. As you know, we're gonna read just two tweets. That's why the segment is named Just Two Tweets. We live the gimmick. We live in kayfabe. Only two tweets. That's how we do things. So our
Just
first
two.
tweet, yes, just two tweets. MJH at the Real Hags says, I want Andrade Cien Almas to win Money in the Bank, but I can't figure out a way Braun isn't winning considering the role he's on. Discuss. Hashtag just two tweets. Hashtag maybe 4 tweets.
Nice. Yep. He called us on it.
Folks, good hashtags like that are going to get you on the pod. That's for sure.
That's good.
Yeah, you know, they've found a way to book around Strowman so well lately, and I think that it makes more sense for a heel to have the briefcase. And by the way, Andrade Cien Almas, that's a fantastic
Didn't even
pick
think of him,
to
to be
have
honest.
in Money in the Bank because he debuts next week. So why not
Yeah.
debut him with a qualifier? Although I don't think they will because they usually like to have guys settle in for a bit
Little
before
bit,
they give
yeah.
him like a title shot.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have to win. He could just be in the match, right?
I know. It just even seems surprising that they would do that and they wouldn't first have him go after like the U.S. title or something. They
I
don't
agree.
usually rocket strap people like
Yeah,
that.
no, that's
brother,
true.
Brother.
But I mean, they're pumping this guy's tires before he debuts too. So
Yeah, they always do that though. And then they debut and they're the Cologne brothers and they disappear again.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Welcome to Puerto Rico.
Still, I'm excited for Cien Almas.
Me too.
Kind
Me too.
of forgot about him.
Yep. But he would be a good challenger even for, say, Jeff Hardy's U.S. title or
Yep.
something.
Yep. You know what though? I will say I don't think Braun's going to win Money in the Bank because
No.
I think that would be a cheap way for him to win it, being the monster that he is.
Yeah, and I think it's better with a heel.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it worked out so well for Baron Corbin, so let's do that again.
Wow, that sounded more like personal issues than anything.
Yeah. Corbin was a guy that was kind of in that mid card who would have made sense to throw in the mix when
Yeah.
I was trying to pick guys. But I would rather see it on a guy like The Miz.
I would love to
That'd
see
be
it.
fantastic.
I would love to see Miz win.
That'd be a great way to put the focus on something other than him not having the IC title.
Yeah,
Instead, it
agree.
would be him. And it's a great way for him to get back into the championship picture
Yep.
and actually win.
Totally agree. I'm with you there. You know my feelings on the Miz.
But as far as not having Braun win, there's a lot of ways. You know, he can be, wrapped up outside the ring with someone else that he's feuding with, or he
Strap
can be,
his arm in the ropes like
Sure.
they used to do, and
they could do a
spots like
big
that.
fall from the top of the ladder out through some tables or something. Although
Yeah.
that sounds a little 2001.
Okay
little more
with it.
Attitude era. Let's move on to Joe in Wisconsin at Joe CS 1220 says, do you feel confident as a fan that whenever eventually Brock loses the Universal belt that they'll give that push to the right guy, aka hashtag get these hands?
No.
No,
The
I
answer
don't.
is no. I do not trust
No.
WWE for this. It seems too obvious that they want to, or that they're going to at least put it on Roman for a bit, but I don't. I
I
just
think they're
I
going to
have
try
no
to break
faith.
the title reign, CM Punk's title reign.
Oh, absolutely. That is the only reason Brock still has the belt. 100%. That's a personal thing backstage that Vince is like, nope, we need this guy off the freaking record books.
It really is going to be a shame if they do just put it on Roman Reigns.
It really would, and it sounds like Brock isn't even going to appear at Money in the Bank and have a match, which is even more clear that they just want that title reign gone.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't like Roman either. Like, I really do like Roman.
like Roman.
I think the overuse again of the Superman punch is completely blatant, and it is just offensive. But like, just turn him heel. That's
I don't think
he's
he's the one calling for that. I think they want him to like
Superman punch the fuck out of guys.
Yeah, exactly. So I
want to see the Superman punch 6 times.
I have no faith
damn.
that they'll do it right.
I love the Superman punch.
I still want to go with your fantasy booking though, which we didn't really touch on with Finn Balor.
Yeah,
I want him to win that.
That would be amazing.
And
honestly.
then have him, because it makes sense, because then you can protect Brock in case he wants to come back again.
Have you noticed Finn looks a little more jacked up lately? A little bigger?
Yeah.
By the way, Jinder's put size back on too. He was thinning out for a while, and he is big again.
Well, he has more time to be in the gym instead of on TV holding the title.
Ethan S. at WWE Fan 48KO. What?
Not just 2 tweets?
Oh,
just 4 tweets?
Sorry. I guess I have to stop. That was
No, you can't. You already said his name. You got to go on.
Damn, you're right.
Sorry.
I blew the gimmick again,
Sorry,
guys.
guys.
Well, here we go.
All right.
Do you think if Backlash ended with the IC title match and started with Joe and Reigns, the pay-per-view would have felt different? I believe I get why the Nakamura Styles didn't main event and probably wanted to bookend the event with both cross-promo matches. I mean, I get why they maybe thought they had to avoid the main event spot with AJ and Nakamura because of the dick kick angle. They're like, we can't end the card with a double countout with guys holding their groin, but maybe just avoid that finish and give us a better finish.
I think, yes, if they reorganize the matches, it doesn't feel as terrible.
If it ended with the IC title match, though, as per his question, that would have been a little strange.
It should have been IC title second last and then main event with the WWE
maybe they start
title.
with the US title match with Hardy. Like, that was a fine match.
That could have been good.
It's good enough. Like, I think they have this ingrained in their head where, like, they have to have this barn burner to start, but they don't. Like,
you can have with it.
You can have a good to okay adequate opener. You could even start with, like, the friggin' 4-man tag match.
Yeah.
Because Braun's out there and he's destroyed Kevin Owens and it's fun. And then later in the match, work up to that IC title match when we've seen a couple things that kind of suck. And then people are like, oh, okay, it's still, a good show.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you here. I think
it's inexcusable to have a random match after the title match. To basically say Raw's better.
Yeah.
Raw makes more sense to everybody to be in the main event and SmackDown secondary.
I like that Miz came out and actually kind of called them on this a little bit. It may have been, a work, of course, my Mark side coming out, but he came out and said, like, no, the title should be the main event of any pay-per-view, period. So it doesn't matter whether it's the WWE title or the Universal title. It should be the main event every single time. It's the one thing that every wrestler wants. It's the one thing they all work for.
There's a title held by the great Bruno Sammartino, Matty. There's years and years of history.
Like, why is it going
Bob Backlund held that title. Hulk Hogan held that title.
I don't care.
Bret the Hitman Hart held that title.
No, Roman Reigns is not more over than Shin and AJ. He's just not. It's just
the direct opposite, really.
Yeah, like it just seems. I don't know. I'd really love to hear what goes through their head and why they didn't put it last.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes. The short answer is yes. If they had moved the matches around, it would have felt different.
Well, since it's just 2 tweets and I already read 3, I guess I should call it right there. With our 4th tweet from
Fair
Raider
enough.
Max House Stark at Raider Max HS. Hashtag maybe just 4 tweets. Maybe 4 tweets. Should NXT have their own version of Money in the Bank? That's a good question.
Hilarious, because I was sitting there watching it last night and I was thinking, man, why don't these guys have a Money in the Bank? It makes sense to me.
I feel like they kind of had that with like War Games. That's kind of their own elimination chamber or something.
Kind of, yes. But I feel like, especially because I can picture someone like EC3 carrying a briefcase around.
Yeah.
Being that top 1% with that briefcase. Just, I don't know. There's something about it. I think for sure they could, especially since they run these takeovers. Yes. I mean, yes. The short answer is yes. I think they could and they should.
I think that it would be good because it wouldn't be oversaturated because of the way they do television, like that 1 hour a week.
Yeah.
You get the occasional appearance from the briefcase holder with like a really meaningful promo. And the way that they have Regal handling the business matters of things in such a real sport manner, I could really see him out there to like present the first briefcase holder for NXT with your briefcase, wonderful title opportunity at my behest or whatever, like that would just make sense. It'd be cool. I don't know if it would be the exact same match or if it would be kind of the way that they played with War Games as sort of an Elimination Chamber style match and maybe they would change things up and make up something new to sort of test it out, since NXT is that kind of breeding ground for the next and best thing to come up and the future.
They are and they aren't, though. Like the way they bring in a lot of
they
indie
try
talent.
new things at NXT.
True. Yeah, that's true.
So try a new match type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Try
don't
something
disagree.
else, and then not a briefcase, but something else.
Yeah,
and then
don't
if that
call it
works,
Money in the Bank. Yeah, call it something else.
Yeah. And then if that works, then someday you can, maybe use that and keep things different up on the main card, or maybe Raw gets one and SmackDown gets one, so that you don't have to just have. Although I kind of like the way only one show is going to have a briefcase for the men or the women.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want Raw to have their own and SmackDown to have their own, but NXT is considered its own separate entity.
Yeah,
like it's
still not making
really,
any money though.
Well,
it's not making the money.
Whatever.
I think that's it.
I like it.
We'll call the show right here.
Yeah, okay.
Kevin Owens is still passed out, so I think we should probably
done.
go. We should probably go 10 to KO.
I think so.
Tell your friends if you like the show. Follow us at the ADCs of Wrestling or at ADCs of Wrestling. Follow at Matt the Markiest, IEST. Follow at Andrew David Cox on Twitter and Instagram. Hey, leave us a 5-star review on iTunes. That'd be fantastic. It's been kind of the same for a while. I'd like to see people add some more reviews. If you're new to the show, that's a great way to help us out because it really helps a lot. If you're listening on YouTube or on Facebook and you want to be part of the Just Two Tweets segment, but you don't use Twitter, if you just leave a comment or a question and put hashtag Just Two Tweets under it, I see all those comments on YouTube. I'll still try to maybe throw it in. I'll say this comment came from YouTube. That'd be a cool way to get in touch with you guys too.
Absolutely.
Until then, be nice to each other's device. See you next week. Ball game.
Peace.